Summer League, I think, got us all excited, especially that first Summer League game in Salt Lake City. And it had some fans thinking the tank is over, and I still see that in comment sections comment sections on YouTube and stuff of like this team's going to go for the play-in. They're going to be closer to the play-in than they will for Victor Wembanyama at the top of the draft. Look, I don't have a crystal ball. I've always been one to say let's see this play out. Personally, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year if I had to bet money on it, but we'll see how it plays out. My question is, though, if you believe the tank is over and you believe that this team is good enough to go to the play and you believe that this team will not tank anymore and will win games, what's the formula to winning games as young teams typically struggle to win? I think that the formula to winning games is the Thunder battle, scratch, and claw for 40 minutes, and then it's Shai time. And if Shai can will you to a win, if he can make something happen with his ISO scoring or the playmaking off of that ISO scoring, then maybe you can win a close game and maybe you can, kind of grind one out. But that's very tough to do over the course of 82. That's very, very tough to do. And the Thunder won a lot of close games last year. And of course, close games in nature are more subjective to just randomness. I mean, remember the Pelicans game whenever Devontae Graham just launches a 84-footer just at the buzzer, and somehow the Pelicans win that game after Shai did the impossible. After Shai did the whole step back three for the tie, didn't matter, right? That's a game where you stayed in it all game, and Shai goes for that epic three, and it gets washed away by a even more fluke shot. Like Devontae Graham, love the guy, all right? Jayhawker and everything. He takes that shot 50 times. He makes it what? 10? Like, it's not a shot you make often, especially under the circumstances of having to get the shot off that way. That's just one example of like a close game that kind of was weird at the end. So that's the formula. Can this young team battle each and every night, keep it within 10 points with like 8 minutes to go, and then can Shai just take over the game, take a blowtorch to the league whenever everyone knows that you have to key in on Shai and you have to double him and you have to put all the pressure on him? Can he make off of that? Can he score off of that? And can he will you to wins? And he will do that. There will be games in which he wins. There will be games in which he leads a comeback or he leads the team and he is able to pull a victory from the jaws of defeat. But again, that's a tough way to live 82 times a year. Not to mention back-to-backs, not to mention 3 games in 4 nights, not to mention any of that. And you will not head into many games where the formula changes. That formula is the same against every team who's better than you. Now, you're going to get games where, the other team is resting and the other team is not playing their top guys, or they're on the back-to-back, or they're at the schedule disadvantage, they're at the rest disadvantage. You're going to get games like that, of course. You're going to get games where just teams are not having their best night. I mean, remember the Denver game where Jokic was just awful and like they benched him because he was just so bad. Why even play him? Like, that's going to happen. That's basketball. It happens for every team, no matter how good you are, no matter how bad you are. That happens. But pound for pound, just in general, everyone healthy, the whole league healthy, you're not better than, 5 teams? Like, I think that this team is better than Houston. I think that this team is better than, Orlando. I think that this team is better than San Antonio. I think that this team can be better than Utah if they, once they truly trade Donovan Mitchell. We'll see kind of where that Donovan Mitchell trade lands and what they get back for it. And I think that they're going to trade off a lot of their competitive veterans as well in Utah. I think that they can be better than that. Detroit, I'd still lean OKC in that Detroit battle because of SGA, and that team does not have an SGA. But like past that, we're really getting down to it if everybody's healthy. We're really getting against it. That's already starting the toss-up category. So like, can it happen? Yeah, Shai's special. I think that Chet will be very good for a rookie. I think that Josh Giddey will be very improved. I think that Jalen Williams will be a huge net positive. As far as rookies go and young players go, it's very hard to have a huge impact and have a winning impact. I think that Jalen Williams can do that. I think that he can be a rare rookie where he is helping you in a positive way win basketball games. For sure. However, again, that's a tough way to live. 32 games. So I just don't know what that would look like and if you can sustain that over the course of a full season. What I think this year will provide is not about wins and losses or making the playoffs or not. I think that this year will provide some very exciting moments, some very fun moments, and a lot of development, and a clearer picture on a lot of guys on this roster for your future plans. Because a lot of these roster spots need to get cleared up of, is he a keeper? Is he not a keeper? What tier is he in if he is a keeper? Is he one of the three foundational pieces? Is he a swing piece in the rotation? Is he a back into the roster guy? Is he not on the roster guy? Like, tearing off these guys will be very important this year and get easier this year. And then 2023, I think that you have a good draft pick in a very loaded NBA draft. I think you have a good draft pick in a loaded NBA draft, and you have the tools and the, I think, motivation to use that trade market to your advantage and bring in another guy who can solidify and tie in this roster together with another NBA proven guy and an NBA proven win ready type of trade for a star, or, slightly less than a star, whatever you think you need at that point to win, and go for it in 2023, 2023-24 season. So that's where I'm at still. Where are you at? I just laid out the formula I think that it will take to win games. How do you think the Thunder will win games this year as a formula in this season? Let me know down below on the comment section on YouTube. Also on Twitter at Rylan_Styles. It's at RYLAN_STILES. Tomorrow will be our first roster projection. Friday, we're going to have a mailbag podcast, so put your questions as well down below. And until tomorrow, be good and be good to one.